Hello guys, welcome back. In this video, let us move on with another new topic. In this video, let us learn in detail about service models in cloud. So what do we learn in this video? Service models in cloud. Service models in cloud. So okay, what are service models? Sir, what are service models? Service model. Okay, let us introduce the term service model. A service provider, a services provided by service provider, a services provided by service provider, that is nothing but cloud providers is service model. So what is service model? A services provided by service provider, that is nothing but service model. Okay. So based on these service models, sir, can we categorize these services, or what are the different service models we have? Okay, we can categorize these service models mainly into three categories. Mainly these service models are three types. How many types? Three types. Okay, mainly these service models are how many types? Three types. Okay, so now let us assume these with based on providing services from client point of view. Okay, let us say I am a client. Who am I? I'm a client. Okay, with no knowledge on application. I don't know about application. I don't know about it, and I don't know about application development. I don't know about hosting of this application, and I don't know about the management of this application. But what I require is I require I require currently my requirement is I re- I require an application. What I require? An application. For my need, I require an application to perform some task. Is there any service model, sir? Is there any service model like this available for me to use the application and fulfill my need? Is there any model? Yeah, there is a service model. Under service model, there is a model available. There is a service model where you do not need to develop application, and you do not need to host your application on servers, and you do not even need to maintain the application. So what does this service says to me? You not need to you do not need to develop, host, and maintain your application. Maintain application. So whatever the application that you want, for that, whatever the thing that you need, everything will be taken care by me. Who is this? This is a service provider. Okay. Who is this? This is a service provider. This service model is providing us. What does this service model providing us, sir? Software. Directly, whatever the software that I require, right? So directly it is providing me the service as software. Software as directly it is providing me software as service, right? The service model is providing us the software directly as a service. So what do we call this service model, sir? We call this service model as software as a service. Software as a service. So in short, we can even call this as SaaS. SaaS, software as a service model. Since it is software as a service model, we call this model as SaaS. Sir, can you provide me some example for this software as service? Yeah, I can provide you an example as well. So let us see an example here. So let us write heading as example. So it will be very easy to us, right? Whenever we find an example, then it will be very easy to us to remember. So now the example for this type of service model is, my demand is I need an application to perform some task. So software as service model can providing me everything, whatever I require, that everything I need to do, I just need to use it. So what is the example for it, sir? The example for the software as service is email. Email is one of the examples. Sir, can you tell me how this email becomes software as service? Now, let us say my need is sending email. So for sending email, do I require to have that application, right? I require to have that application. That is what email application. Who developed this? This developed by Google. For sending email, do we need any management of email server? No. We don't need to manage any email server. No, right? Yeah. Who is maintaining it? The service provider. Who is the service provider? He is going to manage it. For Google, for email, Google is the service provider. Google is service provider, right? So this Google service provider will take care. This Google service provider will take care of everything. What are the servers maintenance, or creation, or development, hosting. The whole thing is taken care by Google service provider. It provides us Gmail. So it provides us Gmail service. So by using that Gmail service, what we're doing, we're just using it to send email, right? Yeah. So this is one of the example. This is one of the example of software as a service. So I hope you understood. Who is the service provider here? Google. Google is a service provider, right? So sir, can I say Google provides me software as service model? Yeah, Google provides me software as service model as well. So now let us have, let us see with, let us analyze with another case. So this is need and what is this? This is nothing but service model, service model, and after that we have provided example as well. So now let us move on with an updated client. Now now so now a client with having application. So he's having an application with him now. So this client is having some application with him now. Having application. So this client is having application with him. So now what he want to do? So he's having some application with him. Now he don't know about management. That is having knowledge on development of application by using Java or .NET or Python. Let's say I developed an application. My need is now, what is my need? My need is now, I want a server provider. I want a service provider who can provide me the services, who can provide me the servers to host this application. What I need, sir? I need servers with, I need, what I need? I need servers with operating system. So I need servers with operating system readily available. And to host my database, what I need? I need a database readily available for me. And I need everything. I need everything as a single platform for me. I need everything as a single platform for me. So now as a client, what I'm doing, I'm just going and searching. What I'm searching for? Now I have a question. Is there any service provider who provides the platform for me? Who provides platform for me? What I need? I need platform. I finally need platform. I need a single platform. Single platform. To perform all these actions, what I need? A single platform. I have application, but I don't have server to host it, and I don't have database, or else, and whatever the everything that I need for maintaining this application, that I need everything in a single platform. Now, my question is there any service provider who provides the platform for me as a service, where it has all my needed servers with operating system and databases, and everything need to host my application readily available? So the answer is yes. There is a service model. There is a service model. So there is a service provider who provides me the platform, who provides me. So what does this service model provides me? The service model provides me the platform, whatever the platform that I require, whatever the platform that I require, that was provided by this service model. So within the platform, what does it providing me, sir? To host. So platform, it is providing me a platform to host my application, to host my application in a single place, in a single place. At a single place, I need a platform to host my application. Yes, this type of service provider is also there. Then what do I call? What do I call? The type of platform service providers in cloud, sir. We can call these type of platform service providers as, remember this, what are the name that I'm saying? Since it is providing me the platform as service, we call this service provider as platform as a platform as a service. Platform as a service provider. Platform as a service. This provider is what? Platform as a service. In short, we call this provider as PaaS. We call this provider as PaaS. So now the question is, sir, you told me we are going to learn AWS. Is there any example? Is there any example of service which we are going to use? Which we are going to use in AWS, sir? Yes, there is a service. The service name is, just remember the service. It might be helpful to you in future. I'll tell you about this in detail in future, but just have a glance of it so that you got an idea of this service. So the service name is here Elastic Beanstalk. Elastic Beanstalk. So Elastic Beanstalk. It is a service which acts as platform as a service, which acts as platform as a service in AWS. In AWS, if anyone asks you, give me an example of platform as service, then you have to provide this answer, that is Elastic Beanstalk. Sir, this, what is this? Can you tell me about some brief of this? Yeah. In AWS, this Elastic Beanstalk is a service in AWS where the required servers, with operating system installed readily available. So what are the operating systems with servers that are readily available for us in it, and databases readily available for us, and domain names as well, and whatever required to host my application, all are available for me in a single platform. So what is that platform in AWS, sir? Elastic Beanstalk. So now if anyone asks you, is there any platform where a client have application to host it directly, then you can say it is an Elastic Beanstalk. If the client asks you, what is this Elastic Beanstalk? Then you can say it provides me everything in a single platform where it contains from servers to databases, everything. If you ask me domain name, then it will be have in there. So this is one of the AWS service which we are going to use as platform as service in AWS. Sir, you told na in previous AWS is a IaaS, that is infrastructure as a service provider, right? Then why are you telling this Elastic Beanstalk, and you are telling this AWS provides me platform as service model also, and you are now telling AWS is a platform as service? How it will become both, sir? At the starting, AWS provides us infrastructure as service based on based on the days going on, it just improves the services and provides many needs of clients, and it just fulfills the need of customers, platform as a service model customers. For them, it just using this, it just provided this service. Here I am responsible for, so here I am responsible for what? Here we are responsible for only application. Since we are providing application and application data, we are responsible for that only. Then what are the services that are maintained by cloud? Is except application and its data in infrastructure of data center. Everything is maintained by AWS only. If you see the data center, in there we are just responsible for our application and its hosting. Then remaining, coming to whatever the hardware, or else their responsibility will be taken care by whom? The service provider. For this particular example, for this particular service, Elastic Beanstalk, who is the service provider? AWS. Then who is responsible for them? AWS. Then what are the services that are maintained by cloud? Except application and its data in infrastructure of data center, everything is maintained by AWS only. So let us analyze in brief what are the things that are maintained by AWS in this model. So to get my host server, what AWS needed, sir? AWS need to provide me some VMs, right? Yeah. So with my required operating system as well, it needs to provide me. So how do AWS provide me VM, sir? By using virtualization. We have already discussed about that virtualization and provided a video of detailed explanation on virtualization. I hope you watched it and you have a good idea on it. In virtualization, AWS maintain physical machine. So let us see how the structure will be so that it will be easy to us. So in virtualization, it will need to maintain the physical machine, right? Physical machine need to be maintained by whom? What are the host physical machine that is maintained by nothing but this AWS only. So coming to hardware, physical machine hardware, who is going to maintain that hardware? AWS only, right? Yeah. So AWS only need to maintain that hardware. And on the top of hardware, what do we have? So on top of hardware in physical machine, on top of, so bottom part is what? Hardware in the physical machine. On top of this hardware, what do we have in physical machine? In physical machine, we are going to create our virtual machines, right? On top of this, we are having a virtualization layer. What is that virtualization layer? Hypervisor. What is that? Hypervisor. So this is also maintained by whom? AWS only. On top of hypervisor, what do we have? We have VMs. We have what? Virtual machines. So what do we have on top of this hypervisor? Virtual machines. So what do we have? Like this, we are having virtual machine. So we have virtual machine 1, we have virtual machine 2, we have VM1, and we have VM2, and so on, like that. Many VMs based on the capacity of a physical machine. Those many VMs are present in this physical machine. In this physical machine, we have hardware, hypervisor, and multiple virtual machines we have. So coming to VMs, so we again need to draw. Again, AWS need to maintain what in VMs? To maintain hardware. VMs also contain some hardware, right? So again, in these VMs, this AWS need to maintain. Coming to VMs structure, architecture. So again, AWS need to maintain hardware as well as operating system on top of it. So on top of it, what it has? It has application and its data. It has application and its application and data, you can say. So application, data. So in VM, these are the things which are present, right? Yeah. So now in this, let us see what are the things that cloud provider, nothing but AWS is responsible for, and what are the things that we are responsible for in platform as a service model. So let us see what are the things which we are responsible for, and what are the things which cloud provider is responsible for. In this platform as service, only application and data, whatever the application and data that we are providing is responsible by us. That is nothing but client. We are the client. That client, since here we are the client, we are responsible for our application and its data. And except that everything, whatever the operating system, hardware, hypervisor, and whatever the physical machine, VMs, and everything, networking will be maintained by this AWS only. So this AWS is a responsible person for all the things. So we are maintaining only application and its data as well as responsible for us to maintain. Now, so in this, In this, if you see operating system, hardware, hypervisor, that is nothing but virtualization, and physical machine, those are everything will be maintained by AWS, and whatever the networking required, which was maintained by AWS, and whatever the database maintenance and so on, everything will be required to maintain by AWS only, since that is the cloud provider that need to maintain in this platform as a service model. Sir, can you tell me, so can we analyze this in software as service model as well? Yeah. So can we see the client responsibility in software as a service model? Yeah. In software as a service model, client is responsible. Client is responsible for nothing. Client is responsible for nothing. So, sir, can you tell me AWS is responsible for? What are the responsibilities of AWS? Yeah, everything, whatever the thing which is present, that everything is responsible by AWS only. So we have this much of architecture, right? So we have these much of things. So these everything which are need to be managed, which are need to be maintained by AWS only. In which architecture? Client do not have any responsibility in this software as service providing model. So in this model, everything will be maintained by AWS only. Application as well as its data only. We don't even have control over anything in this. So coming to software service, do we have any control over data, sir? Yeah, we have only control over application and data only. We do not have control over operating system changing or else hardware, and what are the networking and storage. We don't need to have worry about everything. So now a application, and I needed to have a data center. Now I have an application and I need to have a data center. But so let us move on to another need, that is, if client, that is nothing but me. So client, what does this client is having? Let us say I'm the client. Okay, you're the client. So now let us say I am having, what are the things that I'm having? I have a application. I have a application. Okay. And I need to have a data center, but I don't want to maintain it. Since I'm lazy, I don't want to maintain it. There are many problems I'm getting. So I don't want to maintain it. I just want to go to the data center and create how many servers that I require, those many only. And I want to use how much storage, that much only. Only I want to pay for these resources that I am using. Now I have a question, that is there any service model available in cloud for me to fulfill my demand? To fulfill my demand, is there any cloud service provider? Yeah. So to provide you full freedom and control over data center, about creating number of servers or how much storage you want, and many more, then what do we call, what do I call that type of infrastructure providing service in the cloud, sir? So I have application and i need I need infrastructure. I need infrastructure, whole data center infrastructure I want to host my application, and to have a control of my data center, I need to have the control over my infrastructure. Is there any service model available? Yeah. So what is that service model do we call, sir? So what do we call that type of infrastructure providing service model, sir? I call that type of infrastructure providing service model as infrastructure as a service. What is that? So let me write it. Infrastructure as a service. So in this infrastructure as a service, we have full control over whatever the how many servers that I need to create, and how much storage that I want to take, that everything. In short, we call this infrastructure as service as IaaS. Does AWS providing me this infrastructure as service? Yeah. So since AWS is providing me this service, we call that AWS as IaaS. Example for infrastructure as service provider. Yeah. So that's why we call this AWS as infrastructure as a service provider. So, sir, can you tell me which service in AWS provides me servers? So, which service in AWS provides me servers in AWS? Oh, sir, EC2. What is that? EC2. Just remember the word EC2. What is this? It is a service in AWS. What does it provides me? It provides me servers. What does it provides me, sir? It provides me servers. Okay. So what do we call these servers in AWS? We call these servers in AWS as instances. What do we call? Instances. So, okay, we call the servers as instances in AWS. Okay, I understood that. So now we are creating, let us say I am creating an instances by using EC2. So what do we call these instances, sir? So after creating the instances, what do we call these instances, sir? We call these instances as EC2 instances. EC2 instances. So now you are getting an idea of what is EC2 and what is instance. What do we call our server in AWS? That is nothing but instance. If we create servers, or else you can say instances, by using EC2, then what do we call the stuff of servers? EC2 instances. And even you have a good idea of why do we go for elastic beanstalk, since it is providing me platform as a service, everything that is required to host my application in a single platform it is providing me. So that's why I call this as platform as service. So sir, can you tell me what do we are responsible for this infrastructure as service model? So what do we are responsible for this, sir? In this, we are responsible for whatever the application that we require and whatever the data that we need to use for our application, and whatever the operating system that choosing is also responsible by us only, and whatever the hardware, how much hardware you want, that means operating system, and whatever the VM you want to choose, that is also you are the responsible for person. Storage, databases, everything will be maintained by you only. So coming to AWS responsibility, that is nothing but cloud provider responsibility. What are the things which are responsible by the cloud providers, are providing this VMs, hypervisor, virtualization layer, and hardware for the physical machine. These are the things which are responsible by cloud provider in infrastructure as a service. We have control over deciding what is the operating system, how much hardware, and whatever the storage, everything will be taken care by us in infrastructure as a service. Whereas coming to this software as platform as a service, in this platform as a service they provide everything as a platform, that is hardware, hypervisor, and VMs it will provide us, and what are the things which are present in the VM, that is hardware and OS, everything will be provided by them. We just need to choose what are the thing which we require, and we just need to host our application data, and that's it. And coming to this software as service, we are not responsible for anything. Everything will be provided by the software provider, that is nothing but AWS. AWS is the responsible person for providing everything in this. And what we gonna do is we just gonna use this application, that's it. So I hope you understood the difference between, I hope you understood the concepts of what is software as service and platform as service and infrastructure as service by using, and you even know during which need you choose which service, and you also find an example, useful example, and also you know what are the responsibilities that you need to take care of while using that service. And I hope you got a good idea and understanding of what are the service model that those are available in cloud. So this is all about different types of service models which are available in cloud. So I hope you understood this video. Thanks for watching. If you like this video, please like, share, subscribe, and hit the bell icon to get the latest updates. Thanks for watching again. See you back in the next video. Until then, bye bye.